Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this. Jeff, I'll go to you first on this. Just where do you stand overall on this bracket, on this region? It feels like this one sets up pretty nicely for Kentucky, all things considered to me.
That's what I said. I mean, I think Kentucky absolutely lucked out. In the past, John Calipari has made it like the NCAA is out to get him, like he's the pariah they're trying to get. This year, they took care of him. They took care of him, and they gave him the easy, to me, the easy region and the easy half region. Because you look down there and you're like, they're clearly. I mean, again, I know if Kolek's healthy, Marquette's really, really good. Cam Jones is really, really good. But again, here's the thing I'll say is Kentucky's young. So we don't know how they're going to react to the NCAA tournament and the bright lights and the pressure and all that if they go down. But, man, talent-wise, it's not even close.
And you know what else? That is an Oakland team that can get it going. Like, would you be surprised to see a team coached by Grant Campy put up 95 points? But they got dudes on that team that have shot 8 twos and 187 threes this season, right? Like they can fill it up if they need to. Randolph, your biggest takeaway looking at these the South region the first time?
I think it's set up for Houston and Kentucky to meet up. I mean, from glancing, I do think there's some potential upset bids there. That, if I had to say, looking at that bracket, I know we're going to get into upsets. I like the James Madison, Wisconsin, who obviously just won the big, came in and made a big run to the Big Ten final. But there's a team that also, struggled, the latter half of the year, leading up to the tournament. And Madison's good, man. There's a funky style of play that's unique. Those guys are really, really talented. That Nebraska A&M game will be tough.
Keezy Tominaga against Wade Taylor. So on one 8-9 game, we get Janelle Davis against Boo Booey. In the other way, 8-9 game, we get Keezy Tominaga against Wade Taylor. Give me all of that. Give me all of that.
Buckets.
RC.
Buckets on buckets. And I don't know if there's two better guys that are giving you buckets than that matchup right there. So that'll be fun, man. Seeing, hopefully both of those guys are on their game. Things will be significantly different in the next round against Houston. Let's hope that they're healthy. This is one of those games where health, if we're looking at all the brackets, when we look at Houston, we look at Marquette, we look at Florida, let's be honest. Health's a question mark going into all those games. The health is, and we don't know how healthy any of those teams are. Not going in on the Tyler Coley thing. I have my concerns. I think they're good enough to win a couple of games without him, but they can't make a run without him. More importantly, a healthy Tyler Coley. So,
I mean, look, the way that it shakes out for them is, can you get to the Sweet 16 and then by then have Kolek be back to Tyler Kolek? That's kind of like, if I'm Marquette, that's what I'm hoping to do. Western Kentucky's good. Steve Lutz has done a great job at that program in his first season. They are talented. I think that they should be able to win that without Tyler Kolek. Like, you could just have him be a decoy out there, and I think they should be able to win it. And then Florida, losing Micah Handlogden is a big one. I'm not that impressed with Colorado. I think Boise State is good, but I think even if you have a hampered Tyler Kolek, you can get it. So get to the Sweet 16 to figure it out from there. All right. Of the first round games, Randolph, I'll go to you first on this one. Which is the first one that you circle? Like, you look at this and you say, okay, that's the one you have to watch when you head over to the BetMGM Sportsbook to watch your first round games and throw a couple bets on the action.
Oh, if I'm gambling, I'm taking Nebraska and A&M, and I'm taking the over. Throwing my money on the over. I like the backcourt matchup to get some buckets on that one. I'm taking the over. What a run there by Buzz and those guys, man. Those guys were left for dead coming in, and guy can flat out coach his tail off, man. And they rallied late. I didn't think they were even close to being in the tournament. And then when it matters, he's a tough guy. I like that matchup. If they were to meet Houston in the second round, you're not gonna. A&M struggles to score, but they're scary as hell when a guy like Wade Taylor, because he can flat out get going. And that matchup with Houston, and A&M is from tough. Even their coaches, like are there two tougher coaches than Buzz and Sampson? So I go with that one.
Mm-hmm. Jeff, best game of the first round. let me tell you about our newest partner for the month of March, SplashSports, the home of certified community competition, where you get to play against your friends and not the house. Whatever game it is that you are playing, from survivors to tiers to pick X, the safest way to play for real money without the hassle of having to track down deposits or worry about payments is through Splash. They have partnered with PaySafe, the best deposit and payment system in the world, to ensure that money stays in safe hands and is delivered to the right places. To join the Field of 68 Survivor Madness, click the link in our profile below and join in. Entries are $5 a pop with a prize pool of up to $4,500. Winner take all.
I would say the Florida, Colorado, if Colorado beats Boise. Poor Boise. I mean, Leon got completely screwed here with a 10 and a play-in. Going up against a Colorado team that's terrific. They've got a great freshman. Obviously, they've got a great guard in Simpson. KJ Simpson's one of the best guards in the country. Cody Williams, top 10 freshman, maybe top 10 pick, 5 pick, who knows? And De Silva's really good. So they got a lot there. So to me, I think that Florida team, especially without their big guy, Micah Hanlogan, who got hurt today, and it just a brutal leg injury, broken leg. I think it's going to be hard for them without him going up against a really talented Colorado team if Colorado gets past Boise.
All right. So
I don't
the
know
one
if
that
they
I
got
had,
enough time to practice, right? I don't think they got enough time to, to get over, not just the emotional part of losing them. You don't even have enough time to a game to kind of play against somebody to figure out what your team looks like without them. That's a lot.
The good thing is that Florida does have a little bit of depth in the front line. Like if there was a place where they could, I don't want to say survive an injury, but like that, there's guys that can kind of step in and do a decent enough job there. It's just a matter of they're not going to be as good as Hanlogan was. All right, the game that I circled first when I saw this bracket come out was going to be Duke and Vermont, the 4-13 game. I have the Catamounts beating the Blue Devils in the first round of this tournament.
Wow.
Stop.
Come on.
Get out of here.
Stop. What are you doing?
Here's why. Listen, here's why. And like when I wrote our blurb for the project that we did, the bracket guide with The Athletic, right, Jeff? And when you look at what this Marquette team does, and you tell me if I'm correct, like RC, you've seen them in person like 4 times this year. So if this is a crazy thing to say, then you tell me. But what Vermont does is they're going to slow down the pace. They're going to slow down the tempo. They're going to make you guard them. They're going to make you execute against a defense that is, I mean, look, it's the best defense in the America East. They make you take tough shots. They don't really force turnovers. All they do is they're solid, they're sound, they're going to box you out. And they are one of these teams where I think the key is to beating them is to like just completely out athlete them, because they just don't have that level of athlete. And I don't think that Duke does. So the other thing that they do very well is they're 349th in tempo, playing in a conference that has 3 top 10 tempo teams, 4 top 25 tempo teams, and 5 top 50 tempo teams. They are going to slow the game down and make you play the way that they want to play. And I think that's the way that you can give Duke a little bit of trouble. I think that this is one of those games where, let's just say UVM goes into the break up 5. Let's just say they make a little bit of a run early in the second half. I can see the lemon booty, what we're talking about here. We can see them getting a little bit nervous and creeping up. Is this a crazy thing to say?
Insane.
I'm not asking you, Jeff. I don't want your opinion. I want the guy that's actually watched from
RC, tell him. Set him straight.
Go ahead. I'm going to say this.
Set him straight.
You two. The reason I love you guys, I'm telling you, and I mean this, when y'all rock with somebody, you going down to the death. And then you're the ultimate homers. So let me start with you. I'll get to Jeff with his teams later, but let me start with this guy. His best friend and his boys are the biggest Vermont fans ever. So they were blowing my phone up. He created a chat when I was calling the game yesterday. They were blowing my phone up. Go Vermont, go Catamount. Listen, they're a well-coached team, and I said this to you, Jeff, a year ago, earlier in the year and last year. I said, man, John Becker's got to get a better job. Like, what's going on? I mean, he's dominant. He at least needs to get a mid-major job. This isn't the team, though, I think, to beat Duke. That's a tough matchup. I did like this team to maybe win a game in the tournament. But there's just such a massive difference in talent. And this just isn't one of his better shooting teams. If this was some of his teams where he's had some veteran guys and shooting in the past, then I would be like, all right, he has some defensive all-league guys, but it's not going to bother. They play, they're going to try to post up. You got a 6'3" guard that can post up in America. He's not going to have that luxury against Tyrese Proctor. He's going to be the shorter guy. He's not going to be able to bully ball Tyrese Proctor in the post. Or when Jalen Blakes comes in and guard him. I just think Filipowski is going to be a nightmare matchup. I was cheering for them, but this
Randolph,
dude,
can I just tell you,
cut it out, cut it out.
My dad,
and your boys,
look,
hey Jeff, his boys blowing me up in the chat, right?
The best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are now partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 all through the NCAA tournament. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use the bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM, regardless of whether or not that bet hits. Here's the best part. All you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your hard-earned money. This is how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using the bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you get up to $1,500 in bonus bets, regardless of the outcome of your bet. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Most importantly, we do have some fun stuff coming for the conference tournaments and especially for the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boosts, and what I love the most, a nice parlay boost for anything you could possibly imagine betting on in the NCAA tournament, from odds and getting an at-large bid to Final Four futures to the highest seed to make to the Sweet 16. I'm calling it right now. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet for your March Madness needs. So go download the BetMGM app, use the code FIELD, and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request: the best way to support the Field of 68 and our content you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the pod, like and share the YouTube videos, tell your friends about us. It helps in a world where the algorithm is king.